I wanted to clear up because people were like, you had them at the same time? No, it wasn't like that. When we moved into our new place, it's like they're not really landlords or something. So Marquita, her people, the house wasn't. They didn't finish cleaning it up to where when we moved, I'm moving out of my house, giving my keys to the people because they told us we could move in. Then we get there and it's like, oh, the house ain't ready. So I got all my stuff, which I left there because I had nowhere else to leave it at that time. It was like, y'all told me the house would be ready. So it pushed us a month, which it was told a week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, then a month, and then we finally was able to move in because they still really didn't clear shit out. We had to clean that out ourselves for real. Like they lazy. But I wasn't tripping. I'm just thanking God that I got something over my head. I can get back and forth to work with no problem. I wasn't really tripping. But when we did that, things that it took a month, we ended up going to Clinton Township to her sister's house. Everybody is more at their own places now because once her mama moved, she didn't want nobody really moving with her, being that I'm basically taking Marquita out of the house. That's more kids out of the house now. She can get more room for the kids that she got. So she ain't trying to have no extra shit no more. For real. So now her sister's like at her house now. Then it was like now she's really at her house because Marquita ain't really had nowhere to go. And then I ain't had nowhere to really go. So we working through staying there until our house gets ready. So we both going back and forth to work from her house. And that's how me and her ended up clicking. But I'm real about mine. I was more like, your sister cool with the shit, and all that kind of stuff. She just took those words and just ran with it, I guess. I don't know. But it happened. I explained it to her. They, got into it about stuff and all that. But they still cool. But it just started to blow my mind because when I start hearing the stories, and I'd be like, but damn, is there something y'all do? Y'all share guys and just.
Wait a minute though. I'm confused though. So it did happen all three together, or just you and her together?
No, it was just Marquita went to work one day and I didn't have to work, and we're at Shan's house, so that's how that happened.
Oh, so it wasn't a agreement. See, okay, I got it. I thought.
And then as a man, I would be like, ooh, I got a point. Yeah, I got, no, it wasn't like that. I'm not really the type person to just want to jump into anything like that, for real. But it was a mixture of, I know you, the twin of the girl I'm dating, and then I've been just saying this since I met her. Met Marquita, we probably talked among ourselves for about 2 months before I actually met her sister. And then ever since I met her sister, it was like I technically had 2 girlfriends because we did everything together when we worked together. Even if I were at home just chilling, minding my business, smoking, and then she wanted to talk, call me and talk, and we'd talk. But it could be a 3-way talk because her sister get on the phone on the line too, and it's like all 3 of us talking. And I'm goofy, like for real, I'm really goofy. I think I'm a comedian in my head sometimes to where I sit here and I just joke with them, like for real, like on the level of I got both of y'all, and they were cool with it.
That's so what I thought was true. I said when one get a man, I don't have a man, we got a man, so I was right.
And when they were saying stuff like that, I'd be like, man, that's what it seems like. That's how they do it.
But wait a minute though, I'm still confused on the Marquita went to work, Shannon was there, so you like, hey, you my girl anyway. So
no, it wasn't like that. It was, I remember coming in the house from the store or something, and then she was just like, standing there, she was like, Trey, would you do it? And, you know, me, I'm a little slow sometimes when it comes to certain shit. You gotta hit me with the correct details of me to be like, oh. But I'm like, do what? What you talking about? And she like, you know what I mean, do it. And then I'm like, oh. I said, yeah, I would. I said, but if your sister is okay with the shit, and, you know, and we are, you know, if you good, she good, and ain't no problem. Then, hell, I ain't got no problem with it. She's like, it's all good with me. And she ran upstairs, took her little shower, and then she put on, like, some lingerie or whatever, and it just kind of went on from there. And, you know, I felt bad about it, so eventually it came out.
Who told?
Well, it was a situation of, I'm like, tired of this, and then, I don't know, she, like, had a text message in her phone, something. It wasn't nothing bad. It's just, you know how you can read somebody's text messages and you can look and be like, oh, they deleted some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made her phone look funny in a way, I guess, because somehow they was talking about it. I was at work. She asked me about it, and I just was like, well, yeah, that did happen. And I'm like, your sister don't lie about it, because she begged me not to tell you, because I told her I won't tell you. And she, and I was like, I think this was like within the second or third day of the incident or whatever. And she just was like mad about it, but they just seemed like they was still cool. I don't know if they was like mad because it was just like play the role, because they gonna think you crazy if you ain't mad. I don't know, you know. That's how I think now, but back then she was mad, but they, you know, got back over and nothing really happened.
Was they cool the next few minutes, or did Shannon leave? Was they cool in the next few minutes, or did she call her out her name or anything like that?
I can't really say how quick they got that cool, because, like I said, I was back and forth, and then once that situation happened, I called my brother up in that we had like another week to move. I was like, you know, I don't want y'all to, you know, fight, and I don't want to be around. You got to be working, this and that.
Oh, where was y'all living at the time?
Go to my mother's house and figure some stuff out over there while I get back and forth to work from over there.
Oh.
We move. So we ended up still moving together and stuff. So we moved. So I don't know what the discussion was really from that.
But what house was y'all at the time that happened? What house were y'all at the time that happened?
This was when, I can't remember exactly the month, but we can go to.
No, I said which house?
They were moving out of the first house, which was Annette was moving from the first house, going down the street to the new house. Shannon just be there a lot, like she lay there, but it kind of forced her to be back in Clinton Township, where her place was. So she was in Clinton Township, and then I stayed on the west side, which moved out of my house to move into my new house, which wasn't ready. So it forced me and Marquita to stay with her sister for a little while.
What year did Annette move down the street? That would have been the same year y'all got y'all place.
Yeah, it was the same year that we got our place. So I just moved. I only been here from the beginning basically this year. So we only been living with the other fake I don't know what to call them, her people. We've been living at that place for 2 years. So anywhere from it was they gave me I almost want to call my brother and ask him when the heck did I have to come stay with you? What time? I'm gonna have to confirm that with with certain people because, like I said, I'm bad with numbers. The years, as the older I get, the faster these boys go by.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all only been together for 3 years, right?
Yeah, it's been about like 3 years. Like pushing over 3.
So if y'all got together in 22, then was it the same year that Jarvis pulled that weapon and beat up that guy? Was that around the same time she moved?
Yeah, it would have to be that time because they still at the first house.
But I wonder, because that would have been in 23. I found the record I was looking for. That gun charge.
You found it?
Yep.
So what did the gun charge say you got it for? Because
it didn't. It just said a weapon. It just said a weapon, and it says. I mean, I was looking at the years. He got 3 of them back to back, but the one that but the one that you're talking about, when I go live, I'm gonna talk about it. But the one you're talking about, I believe it happened 5/1/23.
5/1.
May of 2023. That's the only. That would have been the more recent, and then the other one, I think I seen something in 21, but I seen stuff like in 05, something weird. Like he had weapon charges back then. The ones that you would have been present for would have been 2023. Cause you, huh?
And that's why I was saying like this gun charge that he went for probably has nothing to do with the situation on what I was saying. Just because, okay, if the boy did do something, because I heard other stories on him from other, like not other family members, but from them about other people in the neighborhood that he tried to talk to like younger girls. So say if the situation was like everybody kind of know he talked to family members know he tried to talk to young girls and you go off and they try to keep it on the low. So say the police came over and just to do him a favor by not even mentioning the gun, they probably hoping that they don't mention that this all started off by saying something about some stuff on the guy because
they don't do it like that though. Like I didn't pull up I don't have a police report. That's where that information will be at on a police report. I put up his record, and on his record, it don't tell you what happened. It just tell you what the charge is. But when did he get arrested that day? Did they take him away, or they just?
No. Remember when I told you what happened? But look,
right.
This is why I said it might not be that because I have heard him getting like pulled over because he ran around with guns in his car.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard of him getting pulled over, and maybe he got pulled over and got caught up with a gun being in his car or something. I don't know.
Because of you're right. I mean, if they didn't arrest him, then that wouldn't be on his record.